Hi everybody, I'm Sheree from the library, and this month I'm sharing stories, everything from funny books to graphic books to books that made me want to smile and share with everybody. So let me start with the funny books. This is, they call me No Sam. Now Sam is actually this dog's name, but Sam hears no so many times that he thinks that's what his name is. And when he goes on an adventure and winds up with a different family than the one he started out with, then things start to get really crazy. If you like a book that has a lot of illustrations and a great story that's funny, that might be for you. And then you might want to go on to Chronicles of a Lizard Nobody. And this is the story of Zeke, Daniel, and Alicia. They are all monitor lizards, which is a kind of lizard I didn't know about until I read this book and I had to look it up. And because they're monitor lizards, that's not the reason the principal makes them hall monitors in charge of keeping track of everybody and how they're behaving in the halls, but it doesn't hurt. Now, needless to say, there's somebody at school, and I believe their name is Pelicarnassus. And Pelicarnassus is, of course, a very, let's say, uncooperative pelican. So when the hall monitor lizards and Pelicarnassus mix it up at school, everybody gets in a little extra trouble. So if you like a funny book, those might be for you. If you like an interesting short book, this is Telephone of the Tree. Not too long ago, I read about a redwood tree where someone put an actual old-fashioned phone. And it's not hooked up to anything, but you can go out to the tree and lift the phone and you can talk to somebody, maybe somebody that you loved who's moved far away, or maybe even someone who has passed away, and feel like you can connect with them. I thought that was such a cool idea, and that's the idea behind this book about a telephone that mysteriously appears in a tree in a neighborhood, and all of the people that live there are trying to figure out why it's there, what it's for. I wanted to talk a little bit about graphic novels this time around. A lot of you have read I Survived books. There's new ones that come out all the time. The adventures are cool. The stories tell you a lot of information and give you amazing facts. But the I Survived books are also starting to come out in graphic novel form. So if you're somebody who loves a book with more illustrations, this might be for you. There's a few now, and I think there'll be more throughout the year and the next few years, because there's so many great adventures they can tell. Now, it's not necessarily true stories, but this is The Mighty Onion. It's about Elliot Quigley, and he's sure of one thing and one thing only, that he's sitting on the best superhero comic idea of all time. He thinks if you combine radioactive onion rings with a regular kid, you get the Mighty Onion. A crime-fighting superhero gains power when he eats onions. This is his idea, and what he's willing to do to get other people on board with his idea. As you can see, there's some reading, there's a lot of pictures. It's kind of a graphic mix, and it was fantastic. I think this is going to be the first one in the series. I think there's going to be more of those. Now, the great Nathan Hale, we talk about him every once in a while. He's written some graphic novels about historical things. He's written some funny books. He's written some serious. This is his graphic novel about the Mighty Bite, Walrus Brawl at the Mall. The Mighty Bite is a superhero bug. And if you like, again, stories that are funny, that have heroes, that have a lot of action, and incredible illustrations, look at him there. This guy is for you. That's The Mighty Bite, and there are a couple in that series as well. One of my favorite authors is Rex Ogle. He has written a graphic novel called Four Eyes based on when he was a kid in school and he got his first pair of glasses. And as somebody who wears glasses, got my first pair in 3rd grade, sometimes people are not always kind about that. And it tells the story of this kid going to school and how they figure out how to not only live with having glasses, but realize they're amazing because they help you see. Now, the 3 books I read that I just want to stand up and sing about. So this is the Sherlock Society, brand new by James Ponti. He writes the City Spies series, and I think we've talked about some of those. This is the new series called the Sherlock Society. It's about 2 sisters whose last name happens to be Sherlock. So it seems to be, it only makes sense that they would solve mysteries and solve crimes. And now it's summertime and they're looking for a way to make money, so they decide that a detective agency is the way to go. Their mom finds out and is not happy about this, but their grandpa is their secret helper, or not so secret helper. So it talks about, the story is all about how they go out on some cases, they try to find some clients, and what's really cool about this book is you're getting near the end when something happens, and then they go back and look at what the story has already been told to you and put it all together. Love that in the end. The other great thing about this book is it's number one. It's numbered one, and that means it's going to be a series, so they're going to have even more adventures. This is Not Nothing, and it's about a kid who he's done something very bad. Alex is 12 and he did something very, very bad, and that's true. So when he had to go before the judge sentenced him to do community service. He has to go help out at an old folks home. He doesn't want to be there. The people who live there aren't really thrilled with him being there either. And there's one resident who's not spoken in many years, but eventually begins to talk to Alex, begins to tell Alex about his life and how he comes to be there and their friendship. And when you find out what Alex did and what he's willing to do to make up for it, this is one of the best books I've read all year. It's going on my top 10. Now, also in the top 10 is going to be The Witching Wind. I just finished this yesterday, so I had to talk about this one today. So this is about two girls. One is a foster kid. One lives in a small Tennessee town that the foster kid comes to live in. And the two of them find a way to become friends. One is shy, one is a little braver. And I won't tell you a lot of things about them, but I will tell you that the witching wind is something that happens every year. Big winds come, they're noisy, they're destructive, and while they're not full-on storms, there's a lot of stories about them and how they sing to people and take people and talk to people. And this story is all about how the witching wind changes both girls' lives. All of these are fantastic choices. You can't go wrong with them. Come to the library and borrow any of them. You just need a library card. If you don't have one, it'll only take you a couple minutes to get it at the library. But you can also come in and look around for the books that you love. So I hope to see you soon. Bye.